Okay, I'm picking up where I left off following the Supreme Court making same-sex marriage legal across the country. Looks like tyranny has a new banner.
I think with that propaganda.
Rainbow was meant to be God's reminder of his promise that he'll never flood the world over again, following the judgment of how wicked mankind had become. What's a good indicator of what that wickedness may have looked like? That's easy. Just look at the ones waving rainbow flags in the face of God and his promise. It just so happens that those who wave that flag despise the God of the Bible, but embrace those who follow the spirit of the Quran, a spirit that is appeased by murder. The majority of people who also support this flag also support abortion. Those who support this flag have now opened up the gate for those who will say, if people can marry the same sex, then I should be able to marry whom or whatever I love. You liberals talk about the power of love. Love is all powerful, and love transcends and conquers all. Yet you've assumed to have the power to redefine love. Your lifestyle is defined by sexuality and lust, and you've attached emotionality to it and called it love. Is love defined by marrying your next of kin? Is love defined by marrying a few of your next of kin, including the child that you had with one of your next of kin? Who the hell are you to redefine what love is? God, the author of love, showed you exactly what love is. And I say to you assuredly, homosexuality has never had any part in its definition. The evil that this lifestyle invites, flagging it in with a rainbow, is what was drowning the world in wickedness before God drowned it with water. The rainbow is God's reminder to you that the world won't be destroyed by water. But the rainbow is also a direct reminder of why the world was judged. And being that the rainbow flag is flown even more boldly than ever is an indicator that the judge is returning soon. What's his judgment? To give you over to your desires, which includes removing his presence from the earth, along with all those believing on him. You'll get what you want, and I feel really sorry for you when you do. But how did this happen? I told you. People have been conditioned for it, while Christian conservatives weren't competing with it. I'll give you an example of how entertainment is used to influence people. The entertainment industry appealed to the culture with a fun show which featured a Confederate symbol. The image of the Confederate battle flag was softened on the people with a hot car. Americans love hot cars. Get a couple of hunks to drive the car. Chicks love the hunks. Get a hot female to sport high-cut shorts. Make the law look like bumbling idiots, and voila! The Confederate flag that was flown in battle for a state's right to deprive another human being of their rights is now associated with something positive and fun. You really don't get how entertainment is used to influence people positively or negatively, do you? I'm hearing people who claim to vote Republican use the Dukes of Hazzard show to defend the Confederate flag. Meanwhile, totally making my point of how the entertainment industry got into your head. While they also say nobody cares what the entertainment industry thinks, as they use a product of the entertainment industry to justify their point. Why do you think a lot of the culture thinks it's enlightened to embrace Islam? Because they've been conditioned to see their culture as fun and magical. Fun stories about Aladdin and his flying carpet. Look at Disney movies and the fun fables of a genie that will grant you 3 wishes. These are entities spoken of in the Quran, the jinn. The culture's been conditioned for this. Witches and warlocks and sorcerers are fun and fascinating. Look at Harry Potter. And they really are fascinating productions. I would never tell anybody they shouldn't watch them or that these movies shouldn't be made. People have the right to express themselves with such creativity. My job isn't to wave my finger at it and say, thou shalt not do it that. My job is to encourage the productions in support of mediums that compete with it, to offer something else just as interesting. Like I said, you can't just suggest somebody go on a diet without offering them something else interesting to eat. Anyway, speaking of homosexuality, the Supreme Court has shoved us into a crappy situation. Remember, y'all, the LGBTers said it was a states' rights issue. Now, it's been federally imposed. They said they're not going to force churches to marry same-sex couples. You gonna believe that too? America, you're being reduced to a shaved gerbil, and you know where that goes. That's right. into a crappy situation. When the agenda of the LGBT mob continues, they will demolish the very wall they demanded to separate church and state so that the state will impose upon the church. Their selfishness and self-righteous worldview of political correctness will move to appease the followers of Islam, and Sharia will take a stronger foothold in America. Polygamy is allowed in Islam, and so is marrying little girls. You don't want to be a non-PC Islamophobe and tell them that they can't do these things, do you? So when we dumb conservatives tell you that next people will be demanding the right to have multiple spouses, we're not just talking willy-nilly. Oh, but I know, the Bible has polygamy in it too. Yeah, and each instance of it is problematic, clearly indicating that you shouldn't do it. I hope y'all will grab a copy of my audiobook to check out the chapters where I discuss this in more detail. This is tough love, y'all, not hate. I'm pointing out the blazing hypocrisy and contradiction of the LGBT community that said, stay out of our bedrooms, what we do is our business. And now they forced you to make it your business. Their spousal benefits are now your business. They want a cake, it's your business now. They want photographs, it's your business now. They want to get married in your church, it's your business now. Don't let them try to fool you and say that it isn't. They got a license. That very thing Democrats used to use to deny to black and white couples to enforce anti-miscegenation laws. And the black community let the Democrats use what they used to use to oppress blacks to gain sympathy for the LGBT community, to give marriage licenses. And I'm the sellout. I'm Alfonso Rachel with ZoNation, and America's gone from drinking the Kool-Aid to tasting the rainbow. And you know where that goes. That's right, into a crappy situation.